Hey everyone and welcome. In this video we're going to look at a couple of things. First up is how the BBC podcast recently released was branded as racist drivel by MPs. And even they are now cancelling the forced tax we pay to be hated on. About time they realise what the BBC are, isn't it?
And I do believe that we have rotten politics, and I'm not using that as an exaggeration.
And that's hateful, divisive fearmongers looking for the next outrage to direct the mob at. The article is in the Telegraph and it's titled, MP cancels his BBC licence over women and white privilege podcast. MPs branded the No Country for Young Women discussion racist drivel and said money would be better spent elsewhere. We could think of a million better ways to spend the money, couldn't we, than any BBC content, to be honest. It's all trash. Nothing is worth having to pay for it. And all other TV channels are following suit. If you haven't already, check out the Defund the BBC on Twitter. It tells you how to rid yourself and your household's minds from the media shackles. Let's read the article, shall we? The BBC has been accused of wasting money on a podcast of racist drivel about women and white privilege. One Tory MP, Ben Bradley, I quite like that Ben Bradley, young lad. Go and check him out, everyone, he's alright. Said he would, Tory, obviously, said he would cancel his licence fee in protest at the addition of No Country for Young Women and its discussion about, are you ready? Karens. Now, Karen is a term that originated in the US and describes a middle-class, usually middle-aged white woman who displays a sense of entitlement and a patronising manner that masks racist attitudes. No, it's not. It's a woman that complains loudly, irrationally. The BBC Sound podcast hosted a discussion with Dr. Charlotte Riley, a feminist historian, and Amelia de Moldenberg, who presents a YouTube series. The presenter, Sadia Asmat, asked, how can white women not be Karens? Did you see that, by the way, everyone? Has everyone seen it? Absolutely disgusting it was. The guest replied that they should educate themselves, where have we heard that before, on the history of white women and accept that whiteness is a privilege. As you can see, this whole podcast was real racism. Young white women on a podcast telling old white women that they're all racist, even if they aren't, and they should educate themselves or just leave. The MPs have started to see how bad that rhetoric will be for the country, in my opinion. Not just the country, to the people and to the parties as well. The tide may be changing for the BBC's power, and deservedly so. They're called out for bias and double down. They're called out for wanting to charge older than 75, and they didn't care. So they deserve it, in my opinion. But what say you? Let's continue. Ms. de Moldenberg said, don't be so loud. Stop shouting and stop attacking black voices. What does that actually mean, stop attacking black voices? It doesn't make sense. You mean interrupt someone? Instead, you should be uplifting them. Same again, stupid comment. I really don't understand the language these people use, to be honest. Dr. Riley added, get out of the way, basically. Oh, great. Okay. Wow. MP said the BBC should not be wasting money on such things after just announcing 25 million in cuts to regional news services. Didn't they just have a spend of 100 million on diversity? I'm sure they have. Yet they're cutting 25 million on regional news services. Shows you where the priorities are, doesn't it? Neil O'Brien, MP for Harborough, Oadby and Wigston, tweeted, the BBC just slashed a regional news so it can fund this kind of racist drivel to try to get down with the kids. Ooh, that's a bit scathing. Ben Bradley, same again, he's alright this guy. MP for Mansfield said BBC spending 100 million on diversity. I told you they did. Diversity and this junk, which honestly is racist, would not be accepted the other way around. I fully agree. Imagine if they changed the word white for black or Asian, it wouldn't be accepted, would it? So why is it for white? I really don't understand. Whilst at the same time ditching regional news in order to save 25 million. Absolute joke. Cancelling my TV licence. I don't need to pay for this. Well done, Ben. Welcome to the club. Red pilling starts now. Mr. Bradley said later that the BBC was displaying backwards priorities by ditching regional reporting to save 25 million, but spending 4 times that on diversity initiatives. A recent high-profile Karen story featuring Amy Cooper, a New York City banker who was caught in a viral video after making a hysterical call to police and claiming that a black man had threatened her life in Central Park. In fact, he was a bird watcher who had asked her to put her dog on a lead. Now, just a quick word on the last paragraph, the Karen story, Amy Cooper. The guy that is supposedly a bird watcher that was terrifying the woman, because she looked terrified to me more than anything else. Wrongly or rightly, it doesn't matter, the woman was terrified. He had treats in his pocket for a dog. Why would a bird watcher have treats for a dog in their pocket? Answer me that, because I can't think of a reason why it would be. That's to tempt someone else's dog, is it not? He didn't have a dog with him. But anyway, I digress. Now, the second thing I want to get to on this is the term Karen. The term Karen comes from a tweet, I believe, or it could possibly be a complaining woman about a girl selling lemonade. I'm not too sure which one it is, but the one I've seen is this. It's a tweet asking, has anyone noticed if a white middle-aged woman is complaining loudly to management, she's always called Karen? Can anyone tell me where they hide in between? It's not a quote, that. It's not exact, but it's close. Funny, isn't it? It's a joke. Nothing more. And when Karens were first used, it was used to mock, not terrify. The left have hijacked the term, in my opinion, and converted it into an attack on white middle-aged women, and them denying their white privilege. We have all probably seen the Karen videos and probably laughed, but I suspect they are morphing into something much more sinister. Let me explain. Remember Dog Woman that they were talking about? She was terrified in the park, nearly strangled the dog in the process. What about the lady, I'm not too sure if you saw, trying to hide a number plate with her hands after being followed home so they could call her Karen and record her terrified? All very short, cut clips. Do we think people's phones record snapshots or actual videos? You're not wondered why they cut so much? It isn't for time, is it? It's for narrative. I believe the word and term for mocking has morphed into a way to attack white women without them being able to defend themselves. Think I'm wrong? Did you see the family chase to the car and a woman pulled a gun to defend herself and got arrested? Even though they were being threatened and had the other people banging on the car while they were trying to leave. While the lady's children were in the back seat. The accusation is enough to finish your life, and they and we know it. Time to stop mocking with Karen, everyone. Let the vile left have it. I won't use it again, as then I'm just as bad as the people using it to terrify women. We should not be attacking anyone, especially not women. I was brought up right, and I'm sure all you were. We need to start talking and not allowing this madness to continue, and we do that by raising our voices as one. But anyway, that's my opinion on it. I hope you let me know your opinion. If you liked it, don't forget to hit the like button. Share it out, everyone. Subscribe if you're new. Stay safe, and I'll see you on the next one.